I'm about to go to the gym. We have a leg day, and main movement today is the Zercher squat. So again, that's the one where the bar goes in the crux of the arms. You're kind of like bracing all the time. Mimics a front squat. Pretty sweet movement. See where I get with that one. I actually don't even remember what weight I hit last time when I was doing them. So I think I only went up to like 135 if I remember right. Because the back squat that week I went up to 185, and then this last one I went up to 275. I actually don't think I've Zercher in a while. And there might have been a reason. I might have I think I did hack squat instead. Because I was coming off being sick. So I think I was keeping it nice and easy without the barbell. But whatever. Today we're going to see what we get. I don't know how I'm going to treat the Zercher day. We're going to test it out. I'm going to feel how the back is going. The big one with the Zercher is it just puts, like, it's kind of like a front squat. If you've ever done a front squat, it puts a lot of load on your, like a lot of emphasis on your core and stuff like that. But the Zercher, because it's out in front of you and loaded, and it's like a little bit away from your body instead of directly under the line, it just puts so much tension on that core and that lower back that if you have lower back issues and stuff like that, it's good to ease into the Zercher or build up to it, or possibly avoid it if it's too much and you can't even progress in it. So we're gonna see what happens. I will do it today, but I'm gonna test the waters, kind of figure out what I'm gonna do with that and how I'm gonna progress with the Zercher. Because I actually enjoy the Zercher, and like I've talked about before, I like that it mimics having to hold and brace and stuff. So then the next big movement for today will be RDLs, Romanian deadlifts, and then just some accessory stuff like the leg press and some split squats and stuff like that. So it should be a pretty good day. Should be pretty taxing on the lower back, but also should hit the legs decently hard. So we'll see how it pans out with everything. Pretty excited. Thinking back, I have not done Zercher in a couple weeks, at least from the last video that I did it, which so I think the last time was before I got sick, so it's been a minute. So we'll hit that. Legs will be good. Really focusing on that. We'll see how the gym is today. I'm going kind of close to peak hours, so I'm hoping it's not too busy. I was really hoping to get there a little earlier today, but work and meal prep kind of got in the way with that, which is whatever, no big deal. Which reminds me, I don't know if you are a big rice eater, if you make it rice, or you just avoid it because you can't make it right or it doesn't seem to come out right. I'm gonna give you a quick tip on rice prep, if you will. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your rice cooker. It doesn't matter if it's on the stove or if you have an actual like full-on little rice cooker that you just put some rice in and stuff. This doesn't really go for instant rice for like the microwave. This is all like just normal rice that you have to boil on the stovetop or you have to put in an actual rice cooker. But if you avoid that and you do instant rice for that reason, or you just avoid rice altogether because of that, I have a tip for you. So what you're going to do is you take your pot or your whatever, and then you're going to put as much rice as you want in there. It's going to be a cup, it can be 2 cups, it can be 3 cups. It does not matter. So a lot of people do the whole like, you put 2 cups of rice in, they tend to put 2 cups of water, and it's the 1-to-1 ratio. That is not how you do it. So what you're going to do is you're going to fill up your rice, make sure you wash it. Please wash your rice. And then you are going to once it's all right washed and the water's not too cloudy or not cloudy at all anymore, you're going to start filling it up, and then you're going to periodically check. And so here's the rice line, right? You're going to fill the water up until you see how the tip of my finger is touching the rice line, until the water is right above that first knuckle on your finger. So I go a little bit more. I go like that knuckle and a half, but I like my rice really like puffy and kind of sticky. However, if you want just perfect rice, like the perfect consistency of like right in the middle of fluffy but not too like fluffy and stuff like that, it's that knuckle, and then just to be safe, just maybe like a centimeter over that first knuckle, and you will come out perfect rice. I pretty much guarantee it, about 99% guarantee. Leave that 1% for the people who just like hard and terrible rice. So that's my rice prep tip. I don't even know how long I've been doing it like that for. I'm pretty sure I've been doing it like that for like 10 years now, something like that. I was a couple years into the Marine Corps, and I was making rice in I don't even remember where we were, but I was making rice, and the dude was hanging out with me. He was Asian. He was like, "What are you doing?" And came over and showed me how to do the rice. So ever since then, I have done it like that. That was a terrible story, but a guy in the Marine Corps showed me how to make rice, and ever since then, I've been doing it just like that, and I've never had an issue with rice. My rice always came out perfect, and like I said, you can go like a knuckle and a half up, and you'll get really fluffy rice. But if you hit that knuckle or even slightly above it, it'll just come out perfect consistency across the board. So hopefully you like that, and hopefully it works, because then, I don't want to be a liar here. Anyway, we're gonna hit legs now, and then it should be pretty decent. It should be a full workout too, not like the arm day I've been having, or any of those like when I was sick kind of lifts. So I should go through the whole motion. As always, I'll probably just post up the clips of like a couple of the working sets. I don't put the whole workout on, because it's, I work up to whatever my working weight is, and then I do multiple working sets, and I just feel like, you don't want to sit there and watch, endless working up sets and then working sets that basically look the same. So I tend to put in the last like 2 or 3 working sets on the main lifts, and then like maybe 1 or 2 sets of every accessory, and I leave out like my prep and my finishers. If you are watching these and you'd like those to be put in, leave a comment, let me know. But for now, I'm just gonna talk a little bit, put some main parts of the workout as clips. I do put all the workouts that I do, like all the exercises I do, on there. I just don't put every set up for you, and I don't obviously, and like I said, I don't put up like the prep, the warm up, and the finisher stuff, unless it's like something kind of cool, like I put up those hip rotators, the hip airplanes, in a few of my videos, just because I think as an exercise or as a cool down, those are great movements. They help with they really help work your actual adductors and all that stuff, and up into your obliques and down into your leg and all that stuff. So, and it's good for your spine because it has that thoracic turn. So, not to get too sciencey on you, but I find those to be good finishers, especially for like leg days and back days, because it helps kind of stretch out that spine and those hips, but also kind of works them still. So it's not like you're not getting anything out of it outside of stretching, because I do stretches, but at the end of the day, I like a lot of my stretches to be more. I get I get 2 for 1. So like the hip airplanes, or like if you ever done a Jefferson curl, where you have the like usually a barbell, and then you kind of stretch down like you're gonna do, like that toe touching stretch where you just bend over and try to touch your toes. Do that, but you're holding a bar, so you're loaded, and you let your spine round out, and you do it nice and controlled, and then you lift up through that rounded spine up until like you're fully up, and that thing not only stretches out your whole spine from freaking, especially if you get down to the bottom and you dip your neck a little bit, it'll stretch out your neck all the way down to your tailbone and even your hammies and all that stuff. But because it's loaded and you're pulling through, you're also working a little bit of resistance through that stretch position. So I feel like it makes, and especially if you squeeze a little bit at the top, you really turn it into also an exercise along with that stretch, because you're getting the best of both worlds. And I love any movement that does that, because I like getting the best out of both. Just like steady state cardio, there's some good in it, but it's boring. So not saying not to stretch. You should stretch. I do stretches, but if you can get more out of it, then you should just do the version that you get more out of it. Like, take my steady state again. I'll wrap this up. But like my steady state, I like to go on like zone 2 walks with my dog. So it's kind of a brisk walk, but it feels good because I'm enjoying my walk with my dog. Half the time I have like a podcast in, and then you kind of just go as for like steady state on like a machine or something at the gym. I'm just not a big fan. I can do like the HIIT, I can do like intervals on the bike or something and stuff, and sprints and whatnot, but not a big fan of the steady state on a machine. And it's rainy season for us right now in the good old PNW, so running outside is not the best, just because it's just kind of slick and I just don't want to mess with it. So anyway, zone 2, and I get my HIIT cardio out of my rolling and jiu-jitsu. So if you want a great cardio workout that blends, your anaerobic system, go do some jiu-jitsu. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up there. I'll see you in the gym. All right, so I just finished up with the legs. I tried to brighten up the screen a bit because it looks kind of dark. But if you're having trouble following me, you just follow this little green light on the mic and we'll be good. So it's gonna be a nice little short trip. I am just leaving the parking lot and I'm gonna run pretty much right across the street because I'm gonna go to the store, and I'm actually gonna get my dog a bone because he turned 10 today. He's a very old man, so figure I'd surprise him with a little bone to chew on. Gave him a couple of treats with his dinner and his breakfast today, and I'm gonna top it off with a bone. Anyway, solid leg day. If you were watching, I got to 225 with the Zerchers. I'm happy with the load. I'm happy with what I got. I only pushed for 4 reps on every set, all the working sets, and I did 4 working sets of 4. So I'm not displeased with it. I feel like I could have probably pushed a little harder, but then I also when it's all said and done, I probably couldn't have. And I'm just saying that because now it's after the fact, and I feel like, you know, you always say that you could do better when you leave, and maybe I could have, but honestly I didn't want to push it as usual. This parking lot is I don't know where to park at. I'm gonna park kind of randomly, I guess, just because finish up talking to you. Alright, I'll just park right here. So anyway, yeah, I pushed the Zerchers a bit, as you saw, but I didn't go anything crazy with the weight. And honestly, I even didn't really push it with the RDLs. If you saw, I did 185, but I did like pinned ones, so I went all the way down to the pin, stopped every rep, and then kind of shot up kind of explosively. So that was kind of nice. I liked that, but I only did sets of 6, and that's what my program called for. So it's not like I was cheating it, but I probably could have went up in weight with that as well. And then so I was gonna do the single legs on that leg press, but that was my first time using the leg press there, and that leg press was like awkward as shit for single leg. Like I didn't know, I had to like stack up my other leg that wasn't pushing like up next to my butt while I tried to push the other. It just was not the right, because my legs are so long, I couldn't put it under the piece that you're pushing, because I come down too far and my leg is too long that it hit the knee every time, so without getting fully stretched on that quad. So I ended up just doing the double leg press because I was already there, so I just did them. I pumped out just a couple plates on each side for 10s, and I was gonna go and do the split squats and just do regular like some Bulgarians or whatever, but I forgot after doing the full leg press. I just went straight to the leg curls. I went upstairs and went to the leg curls, and then did this new calf machine too. So tried out a couple new machines today. They lined up with my thing. The only thing I didn't really get was the lunges, though I did do like 2 sets of lunges. I recorded one of them, but it's just so awkward, and I was like trying to figure out the positioning the whole time that just wasn't worth. So I did technically 2 sets. I thought it was the mobility of like my ankles maybe, and that's why it wasn't working. And I was trying to, like, I put my foot up high, put up low. It just didn't work out. It worked fine for the doubles, but not the single. So, you live and you learn. And yeah, other than that, it was pretty good. I could have probably went a little harder. I think I fried the hammies with the leg curl at the end there, but I could have probably went a little tougher on the leg press, I believe, to like pump out my quads. And I forgot to finish up the lunges, so I don't feel like I did enough for my quads. But it was getting late. It was 8:30, and I just today just kind of got away from me. I kept working after the intro, and then ran around a little bit, and next thing I knew, it was freaking late. So still got it in, still got there, still pumped, got pumped up, but definitely felt like I could have got a better leg day earlier in the day. And I'm really going to try to start having earlier workouts and maybe even morning ones, but I'm trying to fix the routines.